I can't believe it's snowing. It's snowing. It's literally snowing. What is happening? I feel like the ambiance, the vibe, couldn't be more perfect, more stunning. First things first, I do just want to show off my earrings. I got them when I went to Burley with my friend B, and this is my first time wearing them, and I'm obsessed. They're fairies. I think they're so cute. But hello, my lovelies. Welcome to today's Slow Reader Diaries. We are transitioning from autumn to winter, and the weather could not be replicating that more. I knew today was going to be cold. It said it was going to reach lows of -1. I just was not expecting the snow. And I'm going out today, so I need to make sure that I wrap up warm. However, before I go out, I wanted to give you a reading update with what I've been reading recently. If you watched my previous video, my Dear Readers video, then you would have seen that I was reading A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. I have now finished that book and I enjoyed it so much, but I think I'll talk about that book more in a wrap up. I kind of just want to move straight on and talk about the book that I'm currently reading. And this is actually technically a reread for me because it was a soft DNF and I have picked it back up. And I picked it up yesterday, and that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Now, I tried reading this literally a year ago. It was last November that I picked this up because it was Bestie Poppy's book club pick, and I got a good 3/4 of the way into it, and I think I talked about it in a reading vlog as well. During that time, I was just not really in the right mindset to read this book, and I knew this book had such potential. It's written beautifully. Rachel Gillig is a very talented writer, and I am currently on chapter 7, which is page 70. So I haven't even hit the 100 page mark yet, and I already know that this is a good book. This is a well written, well thought out story. And I just knew when I was reading it last year that if I forced myself through it, I was not going to enjoy it to the extent that I knew I could. So I soft DNF'd it, I put it down, and yesterday it felt like the right time to pick it back up. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I do remember bits from when I read it last year. Honestly, I was reading in such a haze. It does feel like I'm kind of reading it for the first time again. This is what I'm currently reading. I think the atmosphere is so perfect for this kind of weather, like gloomy, dark, gothic. That is very much what this book is atmosphere-wise. If you were one of those that hasn't read this, like myself, then basically in this book we follow our main character Elsbeth, who lives in this world where there is a plague of some kind, like an illness that was derived from magic. And if you are found to have this illness, you are. So when she is a child, it becomes apparent that Elsbeth has this illness. Basically, once you get this illness, you then have magic, and magic is very much banned. This is why you get executed if you are found to have this illness. There are these deck of cards called provenance cards, and these cards are the only way someone is allowed to wield magic. and Elsbeth's uncle gets his hands on one of the more rarer cards known as the Nightmare. And when she is, I think, like 8 years old, Elsbeth kind of sees this Nightmare card, touches it, and all of a sudden she starts to hear a voice in her head, and it transpires that the nightmare from the card has transported into her head. And we are following Elsbeth, I think, like 11 years later, where she is basically navigating, trying to hide this very dark secret that she has. I don't quite know where the plot is going to go from here. Like, I know because I've read a lot of the book, but I don't really want to say much more without giving too much away. That is kind of where the book starts. I really like the kind of regalness that this book is set in. The kind of time that I'm thinking in my head while reading this is like Bridgerton era-esque vibes, but gothic. Which is, I think it fits the theme really well. I can picture the kind of gowns that are being described and the really gothic setting of like the castle, the estates, things like that. It's making sense in my head. And I think Rachel Gillick has done a really good job with setting that scene and that environment and that setting. So this is what I'm currently reading. Like I said, I'm only 70 pages in, so we'll just have to see how I find my technically reread of most of it. I don't know how the book ends. However, I've heard that once you finish this, you basically want to go straight on to the next one. So I do have plans today to go out. I am meeting up with my friends and we're going to have a little wander around. And I do plan to pick up Two Twisted Crowns, which is the sequel in the Shepherd King duology, which this is what this duology is. And I also plan to pick up a very anticipated book for me, but even though it's been out for a couple of months, I've purposefully put off buying it because even though it was released like early autumn, it's very much a Christmassy book, and that is The Gingerbread Bakery. Oh my gosh, let me try again. The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. This is the 6th book in the Dream Harbor series, which is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe world, if you didn't know. I love this series. This series overall is a 5-star series for me. It is a comfort series that I turn to in times of comfort. And this is the most recent release. I, like I said, deliberately been putting it off until now time, Christmassy winter time. So I'm going to also go grab that as well, which I'm so excited about. That is really the plan for the day. I will pop back in when I have a bit of a bigger update, but I hope you've all had a lovely, lovely autumnal season, and I hope this transition into winter is a gentle one for you. So let's just have a little gentle, cozy reading vlog day. I say day, this is going to be more than a day, but let's just welcome ourselves back into the Slow Reader Diaries with a gentle, transitional, cozy vlog. Good morning, my lovelies. I know you're probably thinking, like, Victoria, why are you filming an update at 20 to 7 in the morning when it's pitch black outside? Everybody else in the house is asleep and you've literally just woken up. Well, the thing is, if I don't film an update of reading One Dark Window now, I don't think I will. because recently my routine has been reading before work. That is in the early hours of the morning when the sun hasn't risen yet. And because that's been my routine, I've just been ploughing through this book, which means I am now over halfway. I am on page 241, which is chapter 22. And when I last spoke to you guys, I hadn't even hit page 100 yet. So I thought it would be good for me to just to quickly jump in. Apologies about the audio. I don't have my microphone with me and I am talking a bit more gently to not disturb other residents of the house. If I don't give you an update now, I genuinely don't think I will update you at all with my thoughts and feelings. I am so glad that I have given this book another chance. I always knew that I would. I knew when I was reading it last year that it wasn't a hard DNF, and I always knew I was going to come back to it, and I'm so happy that I did. I can see why so many people give this book 5 stars. Like, I can see why it's such a beloved book and duology, and I've only heard great things about the second book. Yeah, it's not 5 stars for me. It's just not giving me that 5-star feeling, but it's definitely minimal 4-star, probably 4.5. Like, it is so good. Rachel Gillig is a master at writing gothic atmospheric books. She is so good at making it immersive, believable as well, and like her character dynamics I think are brilliant. There isn't a single character I don't like. Like, every character has a purpose and I love every single one of them. I love the relationship between Elsbeth and the Nightmare. I think it's so interesting and so fascinating. I just want to learn more about it. From what I have already read, there's stuff that I do already know that I haven't reached yet in the book. I'm just finding it so fascinating, and the magic system as well is just so unique to me. The concept of magical cards isn't a new concept, but what Rachel Gillig has done with it, I just haven't read anything like it before. I'm intrigued, and the fact that this is also a duology is so appealing as well. But part of me is a bit like, can we get everything we want from this duology? Like, the world of Blunder I'm so intrigued by, and the history as well. Rachel Gillig has made quite a complex story in a relatively small amount of space. Whenever I've had people asking me in the last week, oh, so what book are you reading? And I've tried to explain the plot to them without basically just full on deep diving into it, is actually quite difficult. There is so much history and background that feeds our plot. It's kind of difficult to explain the plot of the book without giving the full history that Rachel Gillig has created in this world. And I feel like she's done it really masterfully. I'm just really impressed, and I'm really, really enjoying it. And I actually had my friend Shannon, when she came to visit me, I was trying to find the second book. We went out shopping and I was trying to find Two Twisted Crowns and I couldn't get it. But I told her this was the book that I was currently reading. She started reading it on the train journey home, and I think she's almost finished it, or she's finished it. And she was like, this book has gotten her out of her reading slump. She loved it. So I'm trying to catch up, because she's like, I need you to finish it so we can talk about it. And I'm like, I'm trying. I am having just the best time with this book. I'm enjoying it so much. I'm so excited to see how this book is going to end, because I don't know how it ends. I know a little bit more. I think I'm actually reaching the point I got up to last year. I don't think I'm far off. So I've got a little bit more to go, and then I'm in like the complete unknown with where this story is going to take me, and I'm so excited. It's the perfect time of year to read this as well. Dark and cold and rainy. It's just absolutely perfect for this book, because a big chunk of this world is set in the mist, and it's a literal mist that covers the land. So it is that dark, gothic, eerie atmosphere, and it matches perfectly. So I am so glad that I did wait to pick this book up again. But yeah, at the moment this book is sitting at like 4.5. It's so good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to read some more. What I'll probably do is I'll probably update you once I've finished this book. I have accumulated a few books that I want to share with you. I am happy to report that these books are continuations in series, so I like to think that is a bit of a win. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like these are worthy purchases is what I'm trying to say. You know, this they were needed. They were needed. And I wanted to share them with you because I am very excited about them. You know, when your fringe or your bangs get to a point of like they don't really know what they're doing and they need to be trimmed? That's the point I've reached. I have got it booked in, but we're still a little ways away from that. So please excuse the part of me. Should I pin them back? I washed my hair last night, so it's super soft and shiny, but my bangs aren't really cooperating with me. You know when your hair just isn't hairing the way you want it to hair? That's how I feel right now. Oh, but it doesn't matter. We're not here to do appearances. We're here to talk about books. So, in no particular order, I'm just going to show you the books that I've recently collected. I have got 6 books to share with you. And I'm just so excited about all of them. I'm so excited about them. The first one at the top of this pile that I'm so excited about. Oh, I'm so excited. A Monsoon Rising by Thea Guazon. This is the sequel to The Hurricane Wars that I have read pretty recently. I was able to get spray packets. Oh, you guys. I'm sorry, the lighting is so rubbish. I can only apologise. But, okay, this side's better. I'm obsessed with the covers of these books. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I really enjoyed The Hurricane Wars, like, a lot. I loved it. It was very close to 5-star territory for me. And when I realised that the sequel was coming back in paperback relatively soon, I was very excited. And I'm going to be honest, I am kind of sad with how small this book is. Because of how much I loved the first one, I was ready to like delve in to this one. But yeah, it's smaller than I was expecting, but that's fine. You know, it's okay. I will survive. How many pages is it actually? It is 388 pages. So for a fantasy, I guess that's relatively short, but I am so excited to dive back into this world. I have missed our 2 main characters a lot. I'm excited to see where it's going to go, because where the last book finished, I'm excited. I'm ready. Obviously I won't be reading the backs or the synopsis of any of these because these are continuations in series and I don't want to spoil anything. That's that disclaimer right there. So this next book I got the other day because I know for a fact once I've finished my current read, I'm going to want to jump straight into this. So we all know what this is going to be then. 2 Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, the final book in the Shepherd King duology. Guys, I will be finishing this book today. I am so close to the end. It's so good! It's so good! I understand why so many people love this duology. I understand why people rate it 5 stars. I've heard we get a second perspective in this book, and I have a theory of whose perspective that's going to be. And if I'm right, I'm intrigued. I want to know. I just know I'm going to want to jump straight into this. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And I needed this. I needed this. So again, the covers, I absolutely adore the covers of these books. Just stunning. Oh, so I'm trying to not read the back as well because I haven't finished One Dark Window, but Two Twisted Crowns. I'm ready to wrap up this duology and just see where it goes. So these next two books I'll show you together, because one of them is a novella of the series, and then the next one is the conclusion of the duology. So we have Six Scorched Roses and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. Now, if you watched my previous video, which was my letter to the reading community, Dear Readers video, I kind of talked about the fact that I have recently read The Serpent and the Wings of Night. And I did give some thoughts and opinions on that, but I will do a separate video. Or you can read my review on Instagram if you're curious. But point is, I still really enjoyed The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I am really intrigued by this world. I am very much looking forward to seeing how this duology wraps up, because again, it's another duology. I love a duology. I mean, I say duology, we do have Six Scorched Roses, which is the novella, but I love a novella. It's just a lovely little way to stay in this world a little bit longer. But yeah, if you are a fan of romantasy, this is definitely a series I would recommend. I think, given my opinions on romantasy at the minute, I do think this is a very good romantasy series. So these are on my radar to be read soon, along with this next book. Right, this is a 5-star author for me. Love everything she's put out that I've read, and I will continue. She's like Ali Hazelwood for me. She is an auto-buy author. The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. How would I not get this book? And I purposely waited until we were more this time of year, even though this was released in maybe even September or October this came out. I was like, I don't want it yet, because that's not the vibe. This is the Gingerbread Bakery. It's Christmassy. That's the vibe. So that's when I tend to read it. This is following Annie and what was his name? Mac. Annie and Mac. These are two characters that we have met all the way from the first book in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. We have been waiting for this story. And I am intrigued because I've heard that it is a duo timeline. So past and present. So I am intrigued. And I just know that I just feel like on a day off, I'm just going to wrap myself up once I've taken all the autumn decor down, and I'm going to put up my Yule Christmas decorations. I'm going to want to just hunker down, wrap myself up in a blanket, light a Christmas candle, get my Christmas mug out with a hot chockey, and binge read this. So I am so excited, and I'm obsessed with the cover. I love the covers of these books. I think they're beautiful. Okay, this final book. This final book, when I saw it, I didn't realise that the paperback had been released. I've been waiting for this book to come out in paperback. And even though this is so not the season, I had to get it. I had to. It's the final book in the trilogy. Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. Now, this was released in the spring, and from the vibes of the cover, this is a spring read, which is fine. But when I saw it in paperback, I just had to. There was no way that I was leaving Waterstones without this. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I absolutely adore this series. It's cozy fantasy, light academia. It's been described as enemies to lovers, but I wouldn't really say they're enemies to lovers. I'd say they're more like frenemies. This is so Howl's Moving Castle coded, and Howl's Moving Castle, if you didn't know, one of my favourite books of all time. Wendell and Howl, they are cut from the same cloth. They are literally, they're the same. They're not even too hard, I can't even speak. This is how excited I am. I'm losing words with how excited I am to read this book. And and it has bluebells on it. Bluebells are my favourite flowers. Snail for us slow readers. Guys, I'm so excited. I am just brimming with excitement. I actually don't think I'm going to be able to wait until the spring to read this. I'll probably read it now, and then what I like to do is do a reread by audiobook. I am just so excited for every single one of these books. I really, really am. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so happy right now. I've had such a good week. I've had such a good week. I've been doing volunteering this week with a native oyster reintroduction project. I've just been having the time of my life. I'm riding on such a high right now. I'm just so happy right now. I can't even explain it. Those are the books I've recently collected that will be going onto the TBR cart. I plan to do a whole rejig of my TBR cart, and all of these beautiful books will be going onto the TBR cart. My plans, my reading plans for the rest of the day. I will be finishing this book. I am so, this is how much I have left. I will be sitting down and reading this like right now. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I go straight into Two Twisted Crowns. However, I do also have another book that I need to start to read because me and my friend at work have decided to buddy read this book together. And I feel so bad because I was the one that wanted to buddy read it. She's already started it and I haven't started it yet. This is a chonky book, but it is a continuation in a series. Let me get it. I will be picking up House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. It's happening. I'm doing it. She's a chonky boy. But I got a free... Look how... Okay, the lighting is so bad. What about here? I got a free bookmark. We love a free bookmark. Our love is stronger than time, greater than any distance. Our love spans across stars and worlds. I will find you again, I promise. So I do plan to start this chunk of a book today as well, so I can finally catch up with my friend. I'm so excited to jump back into this world, I must say. I have watched a couple of like recap videos of House of Sky and Breath, just to rejig my memory of what happened and where we left off. She literally has gone from book to book. She read the first one, the second one, and now she's on the third one. I need to join her in this journey. I am so excited to jump back into this world. I haven't heard the best things about this book, but honestly, I keep knocking my microphone. Honestly, I don't care. I am just excited. I have got my reading bug back and I'm excited to share it with you. I think what my plan is I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm going to finish One Dark Window. Depending on how I feel, I'll either jump straight into Two Twisted Crowns or I will start House of Flame and Shadow. But either way, some serious reading is going to get done this afternoon and I am so excited. I'm so ready. And I need to tell my friend that I'm starting this now because she has been waiting for me. I'm excited. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready. Let's get this reading journey going. Hello lovelies. So I am just about to sit down and start House of Flame and Shadow. I have got myself a spiced chai tea with oat milk and it tastes incredible. And I just double checked with my friend how far of this book she'd read because we're supposed to be reading this book together. And she told me she is currently on chapter 20, or she's read up to chapter 20, which is 204 pages into the book. Now, we are both aware that she is a faster reader than me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read 200 pages today, but I will certainly give it a go. Today is a day off, and I have done some of the jobs that I wanted to do this morning. I do need to pop to the shop a little later on, but I can do that a bit later. I'm going to try and just bunker down and read as much of this as I possibly can so I can catch up to her, but I'm not going to push myself. I'm just going to see how it goes, see how I enjoy it. She's 200 pages in. She is a week ahead of me though. She started reading this like a week ago, so see how much we get done today. And then later on I'll pop in and we can talk about One Dark Window because what a book. What a book. But anyway, that's a little later on. Also today, because it's my day off, it's a no makeup chill day. Do you know what I mean? It's a I'm ghosting you to read my books kind of day. So that's the day we're gonna have. I'm so intimidated by this book, you guys. It is mammoth. Oh my gosh. I just need to do it really, don't I? Let's just crack on. Hello, lovelies. I honestly have no idea what you can actually see. Can you even see that I have hair? I don't even know. It is the evening and I wanted to, let's put the head down actually. I wanted to wrap up the vlog. I'm so aware that I haven't actually done a reading update like I said I would, so that's what I'm going to do now. It is the evening, hence why it's so dark. This light is like my lamp on my desk. It's not the best lighting, but we're going for cozy. So first things first, I think I did mention before, I finally finished One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Besties, I get it now. I understand and I get it now. I understand why people love this book. And yes, I will be going on to Two Twisted Crowns. I haven't started it yet, but I fully intend to read it. My final rating for One Dark Window is 4.5 stars. Ate it up, loved it. I'm so happy I picked this book back up. I'm so happy that I just didn't hard DNF it. How do I even describe this book? The atmosphere is spot on. Rachel Gillig is a genius when it comes to writing gothic, atmospheric books. She has just got it down to a T. One of the things I really loved about this book is how she used trees to kind of name the different families and lineages in this book. I thought that was really, really cool. It just added like a nice element, a nice like visual element to the book that I really, really enjoyed. I really grew to love Elsbeth, our main character, and the monster that lives inside her head. The kind of, I want to say plot twist, it wasn't like a super big plot twist. When I read this last year, or started to read it last year, I was kind of putting the pieces together of what was going to happen, but I still really like how we built up to that specific plot reveal. I thought it was just really well done, really well structured, laid out perfectly. I loved the romance in this book. It was the perfect amount of like romance to plot, and it really built up really nicely. I really like it didn't feel rushed, it felt purposeful. I really believed in the feelings between Elsbeth and Raven. I thought it just worked so well. The tension between them, and when the tension, like, oh, it was so good. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I also like really love our other characters in this book. I am very much intrigued by them and their stories. I don't know if Rachel Gillig plans to expand on this world, and I haven't read obviously Two Twisted Crowns yet, so I don't know what else is going to be revealed, but I am very much also invested in our side characters, so I wouldn't be opposed to getting some more books set in this world. I think it's called Blunder, and kind of exploring their stories a bit more. I think that would be really, really fun and really cool. The ending, I'm so happy I have Two Twisted Crowns, so I can just jump straight into it, because the way this ended was top notch. Leaves a brilliant opening for the next book, and I'm so intrigued. I'm so excited to see where this story is going to go. So good, so good. 4.5 stars. I can see why this duology, this book, is so loved. Okay, so the next and final reading update I have is on House and Flame and Shadow. I am on chapter 20, which is 204 pages in. I don't know what it is about her writing, but Sarah J Maas just knows how to hook me in and how to keep me going. I am really, really enjoying this book at the minute, where all of our characters are, where the plot is going. I obviously won't say too much, if anything, because this is the third book in the Crescent City series. I let the size of this book definitely intimidate me, and I feel like now that I'm reading it, there was really no need, because I am getting through this relatively quickly, and if I kind of keep up the pace that I'm currently at, I will be finishing this by the end of the week. I am reading about 100 pages a day. And the fact that I'm also reading it with my friend as well is also kind of big motivation for me to keep reading. But I'm really enjoying it. It feels so good to be back in Sarah J. Maas's world. I'm really trying to figure out what I can say about this book without like spoiling anything. All I guess I can really say is it basically picks up pretty much where the last book finishes. I think we're like 2 or 3 days or like weeks or something after the events of the end of the previous book, and it basically picks up straight away. We have got a new POV in this book that I'm finding like quite interesting, and it definitely gives us a more of an insight to a side of this story that I'm very much enjoying. A lot has been unraveled within these first 200 pages. A lot has been revealed. A lot of the story, the backstory, and the like history of this world and of just the Sarah J. Maas universe that has been building and has been created. And I don't want to say much more than that, but I am very much enjoying this book. I can find myself just getting lost in the words, in the pages. I am now no longer intimidated by the size of it. Yeah, I'm having a really good time, and I actually think I'm reading it at the right time. I feel like if I maybe started this any earlier or read it at a different point in time, I wouldn't be enjoying it as much. Yeah, I'm having a really good time with this. It just feels good to be back in it with characters that I love. So my lovelies, I am going to wrap up the vlog here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely just want to be more authentic and more true to myself in these vlogs, as in it's like 6 o'clock and it's pitch black. I don't have fancy studio lighting, so I'm just going to use my desk lamp and chat to you that way. I'm not going to put off like doing reading updates because the lighting's not perfect, or I'm not wearing any makeup. Like, this is me on a Sunday evening, and I wanted to chat to you about books, and this is how I look when I do that, so I hope that's okay. My next plan is I do plan to start Two Twisted Crowns. If I don't start it tonight, I'll probably start it tomorrow. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see where the story goes. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below what you are currently reading and what books are on your kind of winter TBR radar. I will probably just be tackling the books I recently bought, so the ones that I showed in this video. And I'll probably also just continue with the books that were on my autumn TBR, to be honest, because I feel like the vibes are very similar to what I would want to read in the winter anyways. I will definitely be prioritising these books though, like Monsoon Rising, and I'll definitely be prioritising the Gingerbread Bakery. Yeah, these are definitely on my immediate TBR for the winter season, but enough about that. I will now love you and leave you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!